Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Massive Phenomenon 5. Big Stone Circles, Jordan and Syria. Another era, another location, another set of stones lined up in a circle. This time, the ancient mystery centers on Jordan and Syria. Aerial images circles scattered across Jordan. There is one circle just over the border in Syria too. The rocks that make them up are not as smoothly cut as some others on the list, but they are laid out in truly massive circles across the flat land. The smallest circle measures 720 feet or 219.5 meters in diameter, while the largest runs more than 1,450 feet or 442 meters across. They are all said to be between 3 and 5 feet in height. And the weirdest part is that there are no openings for an entrance anywhere on any of them. So if they were open pits, graves, or rudimentary stadiums of some sort, it's not clear how they were set up. And with no gates or doors, they almost certainly weren't used for livestock. The craziest thing about these stone croppings is that they are laid out in virtually perfect circles. Number 4. The Newton Stone, Scotland. There are plenty of standing stones all around Europe. The most famous of these is undoubtedly England's Stonehenge, but other countries boast ancient monuments and mysterious artifacts too. In Scotland, the most bizarre and confusing of these is the Newton Stone. Standing in Aberdeenshire, the Newton Stone was carefully carved into a serpent-like pattern. Along with whatever snake-type creature is shown, the stone appears to boast some flowers and some circles. Unfortunately, the meaning of those images isn't known by archaeologists. However, the other side of the Newton Stone is where things get really crazy. On the back, there are 6 lines of indecipherable text. There is a series of dash-like lines and carvings that historians are pretty sure date back to an ancient language called Ogham. However, there are a few other lines written in some other mysterious text. Linguists have no clue what the second language is or what the message is supposed to represent. Some scholars believe it is a very rough ancient version of Latin left over from when the Roman occupied the area. Number 3. The Plain of Jars, Laos. Like many places on Earth, Laos is a land of mystique. The Southeast Asian nation's capital city, Vientiane, is one of the most interesting and off-the-beaten-path urban centers in the modern world, but far away from the bustling capital is an ancient site shrouded in uncertainty. Yes, we're talking about Laos' famed Plain of Jars. Treks about 100 miles or 161 kilometers north of Vientiane, and you'll find it. Across hundreds of square miles out in an open wilderness plain, there are literally thousands of stone jars. They are spread out in seemingly random order, and it doesn't appear that there is any rhyme or reason to their placement. Some are small, some sit in groups, and some rest alone on the ground. Some are huge too, with the biggest ones weighing more than a ton and sitting up to 9 feet or 2.8 meters high. A bunch of them have stone lids sitting next to them or capping the jars themselves, but others don't seem to have lids at all, simply sitting out in the sun alone. Number 2. Chudasula Rock, North Carolina. The Cherokee people who lived in the mountains of western North Carolina used to tell a tale of an ancient giant named Chudakula. As legend has it, he would jump from mountain to mountain and move across the rugged landscape with ease. When he needed to catch his balance mid-jump, he'd place his massive hands on boulders. One of those boulders has supposedly been left with the imprints of his 7 fingers. To this day, Cherokee locals call the strange massive stone outcropping Chudakula Rock. They believe the giant's huge digits left an eternal imprint upon it. Whether there really was a giant or not, the eternal aspect of the fingerprints may not be so set in stone. Part of the pun. Old pictures of the rock from the 1930s seem to show the supposed 7 fingers in much more noticeable contrast. In recent decades, the weather has dramatically taken its toll on the massive boulder. 1. The Skulls of Motala, Sweden. If you're sick of stone-related mysteries, we're glad you stuck around for the very end. In Sweden, it's not stone that has archaeologists questioning everything. but skull fragments. At a lakeside locale near the city of Motala, Sweden, researchers have been busy studying Stone Age setups of human skulls and other bone fragments. At least 11 different skulls have been found at the site. Creepily, they are the remnants of adult men and women as well as children and babies. So right away, archaeologists wondered if some kind of ritual, sacrifice, or deeper religious meaning was involved with the skulls. Dating the bones has proven to scientists that they are all about 8,000 years old. They were intermixed with ancient animal bones too, further pushing the religious theory. But the skulls are so old that nobody can say for sure what they are there for or how they were used. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.